Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show. Special guest today is Eddie Montoya, General Manager of Golden Pride. And Eddie, thanks for coming on.
It's a pleasure.
You know, Eddie, our days go back maybe 40. I don't want to date either one of us, so I don't want to go too deep. But you talk about friendship and I just want to thank you, Golden Pride, Larry and Dorothy, for the support Golden Pride has given ProView over the last, 18 years.
18 years.
18 years. And I don't know if you remember the story. It was, I came to you because we had done some other things, and I told you I had a vision of ProView Networks and would love to see if you could, y'all could sponsor ProView. And you got a meeting with Larry, and he came to my office, and we sat down and talked for 25 or 30 minutes, and that was 18 years ago. And since then, it's been Golden Pride and Frontier Restaurant have been the number one sponsors for ProView Networks.
Out of curiosity, from 18 years ago when you first got started to reviews shipped today.
Oh, it's funny. I got a funny story, and I wanted to, because Larry, we for many years I had to have a meeting with Larry, and I'd always call you and make sure our numbers were good and all this. But to answer your question, take my show for an instance. When we first started the Steve Davis Show, there was probably maybe 10 people that watched it, and they were my mom and all my relatives. Okay, so basically, it was when I first got over 100, and I think I've had some episodes over 1,000 or 2,000 or whatever over the years. But it was a step. It was a stepping stone to get started. But right now, if you look at what ProView's done, I quit counting the numbers. Okay, so everybody said, my goal was to get 1 million viewers, and right now we get anywhere from, depending on which platform, we might get over a million and a half viewers per year.
But Steve, I got to tell you this. I met with you many times through the whole process, and you stuck through it. I mean, you had a vision, you paid the price going to it. It's not going to happen right away, Eddie, but you didn't give up.
Well, it's kind of like you. I mean, similar. You gotta tell the story about Golden Pride when you first opened it, and you had a grand opening, and tell me how much money you made that first day.
Well, the first store, I wasn't involved in the first one. He opened it up in 1971, and he put me up there as a supervisor. And about 2 years later, the manager said, we went out. So that's when Larry said, well, go ahead and take it over. The story that turned the company around was the breakfast. And I wanted
the burrito.
So the breakfast, I told Larry, let's put a breakfast at the Lomas store. He goes, breakfast? And I go, Larry, there's a lot of walking traffic. He said, I don't know, Eddie. I go, well, let me try it. He said, so he gave me a little $29 hot plate to cook the eggs. And so the first day we made $17. And it just kept going. And it went, where it's at today is beyond our wildest imaginations what it was going to do.
Well, when you first started, it was tough in the beginning, because you told me some stories about one, just getting the right people to work and getting that worked out. That was probably your biggest issue in the beginning.
It's an issue today, but it wasn't. We didn't have that kind of turnover back then. But all the industries have changed. I mean, you almost talk to anybody and they're shorthanded. But to see those numbers that we were doing back then, I don't know if we'll see them again.
Well, I tell you, it's been I mean, to see it grow and to see it, I mean, what you've done for ProView is just seems like we've been a staple between each other. I mean, you kind of simultaneously, because and I'll never forget with every year. I'd always come back and want more money, okay, like everybody else, and I'd come in and we'd have a meeting with Dorothy and Larry and you, and I'd have to go in and explain, yeah, this year we got this amount of numbers, we got this amount of numbers, and this amount, and then finally, probably about 10 years ago, Larry looked at me and says, Steve, he goes, I know what you're in here for, but I think I'm grandfathered in for the rest of my. I said, yes, you are. So it's been a great relationship.
Well, one thing that I've enjoyed every year is helping your crew for the state championships.
You talk about helping my crew. I mean, that was like a godsend. I mean, I'm just saying, I'm like. We came up with the idea. I don't know. We started off, and this was probably 10 or 15 years ago. And I just said, it'd be really, really great if you could help, our deal, because our guys are there all day, and we can't leave the deal. And of course, you made your stipulation, Steve. I'll give you all the food you want. You just got to come pick it up. I'm not going to deliver it for you. So.
But it worked out. It worked out good.
No, it was great. It was great, and I remember even Larry made a statement to my Marty Watts that in a meeting that it was valuable to, but ProView has been valuable to Golden Pride because he could actually see spikes whenever he'd see spikes, and because I remember talking to you. I asked you one time, when's your slow months, and you said March and deal, and then all of a sudden. March became one of your busiest months because of the state basketball tournament.
No, we were definitely the beneficiaries of what you put together.
Well, that's great for me to hear because to see that and for that longevity. I mean, Golden Pride and Frontier really made ProView move to the next level.
And you're still not stopping.
Well, it's kind of like Golden Pride. You just don't. It's just like Frontier. It just keeps getting better and better.
Hey, let me make a statement or what, but the way everybody knows Steve is the way he was from the first day I met him. He has not changed. His personality, his integrity, his character, his honesty. I mean, it's second to none. That's who Steve is.
Well, I'll tell you what. With that, I don't want to bring tears to my eyes or anything like that. But I would like to, go to the Everguard Roofing and Solar Top 10 Plays of the Week.
Ridiculously good offense, and another one for Roberto. This time it's a two-run home run as Mayfield extends their lead 5-0. Single and a flyout in this game. Pulls it back, runner goes. They throw down, but the run's going to come in from third to score.
Satete. That's a line drive. Again, the freshman at second base, Grego with the play for out number 3. So 3 up, 3 down for Cobre.
Here's the pitch. That one's going to be laced. That's going to find a gap. Whitmire takes off for second, headed for third. Are they going to try to stretch it out? Oh, yeah. Oh, she's got it. Inside the Parker. Yep.
High fly ball. First base has a chance at it. It's in the, oh, what a play from Idaki. What a play in the net. Idaki gets there to make the out. Satete, the wind up, the pitch, and she gets the strikeout to end the game, her 10th of the game. And the West Las Vegas Lady Dons are 2026 softball state champions by a score of 2-1.
There's a shot that's going to cruise. Oh my! Goes down low and makes the catch for out 3 after 3.5.
And that was ball hit to left field. Marler, full extension, makes the play in center field. Top plays candidate.
Today's matchup. 1-2, this one hammered deep, and the Mashers mash on the first batter of the game. Roberto with a solo shot to dead center. 2-1 breaking ball, that one into left center field. It is gone. A grand slam as the Aztec Tigers go up by 1.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
Hey, welcome back to Steve Davis Show. We got Eddie Montoya, manager of Golden Pride, and retiring.
Retired.
Retired. Oh, you're retired now. I mean, going away party is next week, and what are your thoughts on that? I mean, is it set in that
Well, obviously I'm leaving with an enormous amount of memories. Lots of valleys, lots of mountains, but we plowed through it. But I was happy the whole time. I had a passion for the company. I had a passion for the workers. I had a passion for the employees. That never went away at all. And I held it to the end. When I went to go talk to Larry last Saturday, which was my last day, I go, Larry, I don't want to talk to you on the phone. I want to talk to you. He said, okay, come on by. I'm working on some equipment. And he said, but that can wait. So we sit down. And I go, Larry, before we get started, I don't want to get emotional. And he said, Eddie, it's been a long journey. And I go, but Larry, we stuck it out. We stuck it out through everything that was going. And he keeps saying, well, I just gave you the money and you built it. And I go, no, Larry, I go, it was a team effort. We really did do a team effort. But we both reached a point that, I mean, Larry's going to be 85. I just turned 75. Reality set in. So it's time for us to go into another chapter. I'm excited and nervous going into this new one. I haven't been idle. I'm staying pretty busy. But Golden Pride, my gosh, it's I was with them for 54 years. Started as a dishwasher, $1.15 an hour.
that was a lot of money though then, even at that.
Oh
so,
my gosh, you could go buy a whole week's of groceries for $20. Because I remember the gas was 33 cents a gallon. You could buy a pack of cigarettes for 30 cents. But it's changed. But it's the hospitality industry. It's a wonderful field to work in. It's changed from COVID, but the hospitality's still there.
Well, I tell you, you've been very instrumental. But you're a graduate of Pecos High School, and
69.
people don't know this about Eddie, and I want to toot your horn a little bit about what the word giving back is what you've given back to that community, and speak on just some of the things. You don't have to all the things you've done, but some of the things you've done for that community.
The town that I'm from, it's got about 70 houses, and I don't know, maybe it's been 20 years. Every August I get the list from Pecos, everybody from kindergarten to seniors. I buy the whole list for every kid there with an expensive backpack every year. Thanksgiving, I give the whole town a ham. Christmas, I give everybody a turkey. And
You've been doing this for how long?
probably about 20 years. Anything the town, and the last few years, I got involved with the track thing in Pecos. There was a kid 3 years ago. He won state. He was so far behind. The kick that guy had was unbelievable. I got goosebumps. I told the coach, let me talk to that kid. And I go, what college are you going to? He goes, I go, don't even tell me. I just want you to, here's my name, there's the coach. I'm going to pay for all your books for every year that you go to college. It was unbelievable what he did. And sports, Steve, you've seen this more than me. It really makes kids that get involved in sports, they end up doing something positive with society. And what you've done with ProView, I mean, we've seen it over and over again that there's excitement. I mean, I remember you telling me, I'm going to build this thing that coaches don't have to come here to look at the kids. They'll just look at my program.
Well, since then, since we started, 14,000 games.
It's almost like ESPN eat your heart out.
No, and it was funny, and with y'all's help, and everybody that has supported us over the years, basically, when we first started, and you were, a lot of people, we didn't even have a scoreboard when we first started, and it was in the internet, it was always inconsistent. It was probably a 50% chance that we got the game up, or if it buffered, or people were down. Then we finally got, a scoreboard up. We finally got a clock up. We finally got instant replay. We finally got it to all the things that anybody would do. And we're not ESPN by no means, but we put up for the budget we do. We put a good product out there.
But Steve, I don't know since I don't keep up with this industry, I don't know if there's anybody else doing it at your level in high school.
Oh, it's grown. So it's just like, just like anything. It's grown, and it's been kind of something I'm proud of is we started it. There's, a lot of people, in Santa Fe, a guy named Joe Abeda in Sports Primo, he does a great job up there. And there's other people, but what they haven't done is on a scale of what ProView has done it on. I mean, you think people don't really, 700 events a year, events, 700 a year.
Do you guys ever get any sleep?
Well, right now is the perfect time. This is, we get a little break here for a month and a half, but to answer your question, during the year, it's almost every weekend, and it's truthfully, it's Tuesday through Saturday, and sometimes Monday through Saturday. So anyway, we're going to take a little break, Eddie, and come back and talk more about some of your great things you contributed to the state of New Mexico.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports. Eagle Greens and Turf
are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of Celebrity Green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
I might not be in the cage as much anymore. Just like riding a bicycle, I can pick up the fight from where I left off. I'm not some slick-haired outsider posing with borrowed gloves. I grew up here. New Mexico is in my blood. I'm a New Mexican fighting for other New Mexicans. I'm Adam Oki. I'll be your champion in the courtroom.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Hey, welcome back to Steve Davis Show. We got Eddie Montoya, manager of Golden Pride for 54 years. Well, that's a few years back, man. 5 decades, 5.5 almost decades. You should have held on for one more year and go 5.5.
I tell you, when I got the job with Larry washing dishes, it didn't even enter my mind that I was going to be here 54 years later. I said, let me just wash dishes, let me get through school. And I didn't see it coming.
You know, it creeps up on us, but some other things that, you know, I got to bring out is, I know something that's big to you is religion is big to you. And you know, you told me, you know, we've gotten close over the years, so you told me about your younger days and told me all about the things, but what's been amazed me is the charities in the nations, and I don't know enough to bring, just would you speak on that of what you've done in your 54 years?
Well, one of the bigger ones, we helped open up a college in India. It just completed 26 years. And it's a small college. We only have about 200 students. But over the 26 years, we've opened up 700 churches throughout India. And now, that's in northern India, New Delhi. And now we started construction on a building in southern India. It's going to be to take care of the widows, to kind of have a place for them to die with dignity. And hopefully it'll be finished by next year. And it's just like anything, raising money, because this one's a $5 million project. But we had a guy from Texas that said, oh, I believe in your cause. Let me put $800,000 for you guys to get it started. The college, we had $35,000 to our name, and it cost $3 million, and money just kept coming in from everywhere. This October, I'm involved with another organization called MAPS Global. So I'll be going to Egypt, Iraq, and Turkey. I'll be there for a couple of weeks. I helped start a bunch of churches in Veracruz, Mexico, but I've never been down there. So now that I retired, they said, Eddie, why don't you come down here and see everything that you invested, what we've done with it. I got involved in Juarez, doing missionary work, and a couple of things that happened. Wellborn Paint calls me from California, and they said, hey, we got a bunch of paint that we got to get rid of. I said, there's nothing wrong with the paint. He said, well, we could only take it to Albuquerque. So I go, Larry, can I use your warehouse? it's just going to load it from one semi to the other. They gave me 7 semis of paint.
So you're in the painting business, huh?
and I found a construction company in El Paso to take it. So I go, give me a list of every denominational church that exists in Juarez. Tell them that they can have all the paint they want. I gave 500 gallons to the prison. So everything was going good. And then about a month later, they called me and they said, Eddie, we got some bad news. And I go, what? He said, the pastors are selling all the paint for their personal gain. And I go, stop right there, Edo. And I'll just mention one more, because there's a lot of them. I would find homeless places around the country, and I'd send a crew out there. And I sent a crew out to Lancaster, Texas. There was about 600 people there. And I said, and it was in November, and I go, gosh, let me go around all the people. I know if I can pick up some sleeping bags, blankets, and jackets. Didn't have any luck. Picked up maybe 10. When I send the group down there, a Beacons moving van pulls up. They said, what are you guys doing here? This was Eddie from Albuquerque, sends it to different places like this. Is there anything you guys need? They said, well, blankets, sleeping bags, and jackets. Here's my 10-year-old son. He's got less than a year to live. He's going to die from cancer. And he wanted us to help. He said, tell all the people to line up. This whole semi is packed with nothing but brand new sleeping bags, blankets, and jackets. It came out of nowhere. We never saw the people before. We have no idea where they went, but it just fell in there.
What, I had Randy Mascalero on my New Mexico Special Olympics, and basically, you think you're doing so much, but when you do this and you see the people get those, it changes your life. All of it, it's something that it changes your life more than it does their life.
Oh, that's a fact. It does.
And I've learned, from that. But I've watched you and I've admired you for all these years, and just amazes me. And you guys speak about your project that you did in Pegas about the park and the basketball goals.
We didn't go through with it.
Oh, we didn't go through with it. Well, I'm sorry that didn't happen.
No, matter of fact, I was going to do it with Ernest Padilla. He just called me yesterday. His sister just passed away. But I talk to him probably once a week.
Right.
But not that it still can't happen. I do have a baseball field.
No, I knew you built something. Okay, so
well, it was for my grandpa.
Right.
He used to take his team in a 1928 Model A or Model T, whatever the truck was. But since he had the liquor store, he didn't let anybody sell anything. We would take tubs with all the different beer and the cheapest wine you could find. But I'm on a different level, but I love working with kids.
Well, Eddie, you know what? We're running out of time. It's been a great partnership for all these years, and 40 plus years that you and I have gone together, and it's not going to quit. So I just want to let you know, thank you, and
well, let me leave you with this. The reason I've been behind you all this time is I believe in you.
Well, I know that, and I believe in you too. Nice meeting.